Ok, và chào tất cả mọi người trở lại với buổi livestream ngày hôm nay của mình là Shino đây. Và hôm nay buổi livestream chúng ta sẽ chơi về bản đồ mới của GHENSHIN IMPACT thì Thảo Quốc. Thì mới cập nhật hồi sáng nay tôi vô tôi quay tôi live liền cho anh em xem luôn. Mình vui không?
We're not from around here and seem to have gotten a little lost.
Tôi sẽ không đọc thoại bởi vì học tôi này down anh em đọc chữ đọc được nha. Chứ ngày học tôi down rồi, tôi đọc không có được. Nha.
Huh? Did they not hear Paimon? Hey!
Không thấy sao?
You over there!
Này, người ở phía
Could
trước
you
kia,
give us some
cho chúng tôi hỏi được
directions?
chút được không?
Hả?
Mẹ đi luôn. Mẹ em này nói gì hết, mẹ đi luôn. Cái quớt không?
What's going on here? There's no
Số
way she
gì?
could have missed
Cô ấy
that.
nghe thấy chúng ta gọi lại nơi đẹp.
Could she be ignoring us? How dare she?
Đừng nói cô ấy đang nhận thôi.
Well, even so, she might be heading someplace where we could find other people to
Nếu mà tới
ask.
lối chúng ta vậy thì
Let's
chúng
keep
ta
our distance and follow her.
đang lén đi theo sau đi. Nó không chừng có thể tìm được nơi có người thì sao?
When we get the chance, we'll just ask someone else for
Đến lúc đó chúng ta
directions.
có thể đi hỏi thăm người khác. Chương 3 màn 1 nhé, xuyên qua màn xương và rừng rậm. Thảo Quốc nha em.
Let's follow her. Just keep quiet. Make sure she doesn't notice us.
Đó, đây hơi đẹp đó. Anh em mà qua bên muốn qua này được, anh em phải đi bằng này nè. Dốc xương tàn nè, ở đây nè, anh em có cái hẻm á, có cái có cái hầm á, anh em chạy qua luôn. Rồi cho nó dễ. Nay tôi bệnh thôi, anh em cũng thông cảm với tôi nha. Đó thì mới qua được nha, chứ anh em leo trèo không bao giờ được đâu. Vì mà phá này cái trên đầu núi lên. Rồi. Yeah. Thôi được cho cái gì hả? Ấn thảo. Trái gì đây, hồi thấy trái gì đó đúng không? Quả hành ra. Phải gì? Để xe chìm lại chìm với tôi nha. Rồi tôi coi này cái giấy ra giấy có một xíu.
Leave it to me. All of it. Whatever it is. What exactly is it? I didn't quite catch your request.
Em đợi tôi xíu nha. Đâu đó phải. Cho không làm cũng
Whenever you need me, I'll be.
Làm gì vậy? Thì quá trình khám phá Thảo Quốc nha. Hello mọi người. Shino đây. Nè nè. Quỷ. Làm gì vậy? Quýnh nó làm ta. Ok. Ồ mà 4.000 nào. Nổ á, kiểu như nó nổ á. Rồi cái ấn nó nằm trên cây à. Gì đây, hoa mới. Tiến sĩ Sumeru. Rừng. Thật hết á. Khỏe. tiên ngon với hang nè. Thôi đây có cái đường mà. Méo cho đi, méo cho vô. Thế rồi, thôi tôi đi không phá tiếp. Anh em nếu mà anh em thích thì có thể coi lại của mình ở trên YouTube nhé. Mà nay tôi livestream hơi sớm nha. Em đăng ký theo dõi tôi nha. Đây nè, khổ ghê ta. Nè, bữa livestream này chúng ta sẽ đi mở hết tất cả các ấn ở.
Looking for trouble?
Leave it all to me.
Judgment! Scatter!
Rồi, được rồi. Nghe.
Illusion shattered. Yeah. Yeah. Ha! Judgment.
Còn đồ quá. Này nó cấp mấy cái ảo mất mà.
You can't run.
Mẹ mày mất chạy. Anh em xem lại khúc này của tôi chỉ mất một đoạn nha. Em một đoạn nó cũng không sao đâu. Là để gì ạ? Tiếp tục phá sao? Giờ nhỏ tôi đi mở khóa hết cả các điểm thôi. Biết chưa không? Mốt làm vui cho nó dễ. Có những thánh vật mới nè, để coi gì đó. Ký ức rừng sâu. Với lại giấc mộng hoàng kim. Ok, giờ tôi đi một cái chuyện có rương nữa.
A fellow gambler.
Như thế này là cướp biển.
Shine down.
Spring forth. Tricks up your sleeve. Propagate.
Cũng được. Mạnh mà. Dạ mà trước khi có bạn chính thức thì có mấy người la nó yếu xìu, nó cũng không lại ai. Yếu đâu. Mạnh về ra lên đây. Tôi thảo mạnh mà đâu yếu đâu. Rồi hồi xíu. Rồi. Cái mùa này dễ bệnh lắm em nhớ, không nhớ đi cắm em nhớ để cùng chống bệnh tật nha.
That felt
Chứ mấy ngày này tôi
pretty good.
Giờ này có vụ mấy bệnh xuất huyết rồi đó, xuất huyết rồi đó. Đó. Mùa này mùa mưa dễ bị xuất huyết lắm, nên anh em mà có thấy mà mệt mỏi con người thì đi khám đi. Để lâu quá bệnh nó thấm cái đầu cái anh em mệt, khó chịu. Nhà tôi vậy đó, khó chịu. Nó dính hình nè. Đây. Bị âm xong thì tôi làm nhiệm vụ rồi cái tôi ấy hỏi luôn nha. Đó đâu. Ok, tôi làm nhiệm vụ cái tôi đi. Thảo Quốc này để.
Huh? She just walked near that small waterfall and then suddenly vanished.
Cô ấy
Let's
đến
go
chỗ
take
thác
a
nước
closer
mất tiêu
look.
rồi, chúng ta cũng qua đó xem thử đi.
Paimon thought this cave would lead to a village or something, but
Còn
it
nghĩ
looks like
rằng
that's
núi
not the
này hơi
case.
hơi không đến lằn mạc gì đó chứ. Xem ra chúng ta đang sai rồi.
Look, she's sitting over there.
Cô ấy ngồi xuống rồi.
Wait,
Không lẽ cô ấy
she
sống ở đây
couldn't
sao?
possibly be living here. What should we do
Bây giờ
now?
chúng ta làm sao đây?
Do we try
Đi
asking
hỏi
her for
đường
directions
lại
again?
nữa hả? Rồi nói chuyện với một lần.
Alright then.
Rồi
It's not like we have
khó
anyone
khăn
else we
lắm
can
gặp một
ask.
người đi đường.
Even if she's not very
Mình phải
friendly,
thuyết phục
we
ấy chỉ đường
just
người
need
ta
her
vậy.
to point us in... Oh!
Mùi thơm quá.
What a lovely
Đúng là bài
smell!
mòn. Ăn chật là nghe nhanh thôi.
It's coming from that sensor over
Hình như
there.
phát ra từ
This is
lương
definitely
nơi
not
kia
your
đúng không?
typical place
Tuy
to
là
call
sống ở
home,
nơi
but
đơn
at
sơ
least
như
it
vậy,
smells nice.
chưa thể đắm mình trong làn khói thơm
Maybe
này.
living here wouldn't be
Nghe
too
chừng
bad
cũng không
after
tệ
all.
gì.
Huh? What's the matter?
Hơi
You
sắc
don't
mà.
look too good.
Mùi thơm này.
What? Is the smell making you feel sick?
Mùi thơm này
Strange.
khiến mày cảm thấy thoải mái
Paimon
cho.
doesn't feel
Nhưng tôi không
anything.
cảm thấy gì hết vậy. Hỏi làm sao?
What's happening? Traveler? This is no time.
Mùi mày chắc có độc tố hay gì á. Tôi gặp bác sĩ mà. Đồ yêu cha ở đâu đây má? Cảnh đẹp thế nhỉ. Ngỡ nè, tôi ngậm một viên thuốc cho đỡ thôi. Chu trời đẹp dữ à. Hoa giống cái hoa nào với Natsumao ta. Nó đụng quá. Ê té. Bye. Bắt gì sập má. Thảo Quốc cho gọi à. Bữa nữa à. Là sao?
Are you sure it's not serious?
Mình luôn ổn
The
chứ.
traveler's
Trải
been
qua
out
một
for
khoảng
a
thời gian lâu
long
như vậy
time
rồi.
now.
Yes, you can relax. Believe me,
Nếu
Master
Đức có
is
thể im
extremely
bặt lắm. Nếu
knowledgeable.
thầy nói
If
không
he
sao thì
says
sẽ
that
không
he's going to
sao.
be alright, then there's absolutely nothing to worry about.
Ai ạ?
Oh, are you awake now?
Bạn tỉnh rồi sao?
Oh, thank goodness, Traveler, you're finally awake!
Cuối cùng cũng tỉnh lại rồi. Đây là nào.
Well, we're at,
Hay à, đúng rồi. Ban nãy bên nó siêu đột ngột quá, nên tôi cũng quên mất hỏi đây là đâu.
This is Gandharvaville. It was
Đây là
originally
nào?
built by scholars from Sumeru as a place to rest
Ban
in the
đầu nghỉ ngơi
rainforest.
tạm thời của các
Now
học
it's
giả.
mainly used by the forest
Sumeru lập
rangers
nên.
as a base of operations.
Tại đây chủ yếu được nhân viên kiểm lâm đáng đạm trú.
My name is Kale. I'm a trainee forest ranger.
Là
My
kiểm lâm
master
tập
and I
sự.
found you
Hôm nay
passed out
tôi
during our
cũng đi
patrol,
tuần
so we
tra
brought
hai
you
bạn
here.
xỉu dẫn mình đến đây.
Oh, no,
Gái đấy
no
nè.
things are necessary.
Dạ.
I didn't do anything really. By the way, how are you
Dạ,
feeling now? Any discomfort?
Sự tôi cũng đâu có làm gì. À, đúng rồi. Bạn có cảm thấy công vẻ đâu không?
Oh, that's Master's
Đây
herbal
là
medicine
thuốc
you're
bào chế
tasting.
đó. Vậy
He
thì
gave you
bạn
some while
nhé.
you were unconscious.
Thầy đã cho bạn uống.
Before I forget, Master mentioned you should take
Vậy
more
thì các
medicine
bạn
once you wake up.
để tôi đưa bạn. Đưa rồi mới đưa thuốc gì đây?
Whoops!
Rồi xong.
Kale, what's the matter? Were you
Muốn đi
trying
thuốc
to
sao?
retrieve the medicine?
Nó nói đừng đụng đến những thứ
As
này
I've
mà.
already told you, you must be careful with these. All right, I'll get it.
Sorry, Master.
Now, the guide to Avidya Forest's edible fungi is
Cái đồ của
clearly
các-
posted on our bulletin board. But if Farbode forgets which mushrooms to avoid one more time, I'll have no choice but to leave the guide somewhere a little more visible. Like right smack on his forehead so others can remind him to be careful.
Sơ đồ các nấm ăn được của rừng Avidan nè. Avidia hả? Ở trên thông báo nếu fandom còn không nhớ được thì chỉ có thể đối mặt với nơi khác. Đó là dẫn lên tranh. Anh ta là người được nhắc nhở thôi.
Right? This is the second time he's come down with food poisoning this month. I'll be sure to give him a good talking to.
Yes, please do. If, on the off chance, Farbode simply enjoys having little imaginary fairies dance before his eyes, then we'll just let him be.
Anh em cố
But the
xem
next
tôi
time
nha.
he requires
Chứ
any
đừng
of
đụng
our
vào đâu.
medicine, be sure to charge him accordingly.
Anh em nha, mùa này dễ bệnh lắm, anh em nhớ đi khám sức khỏe thường xuyên nha.
How are you
Giống tôi
doing? Feeling better?
Oh, this is my master, Forest Watcher Tainari. He is chief officer over all the rangers here in Gandharvaville.
I already informed Paimon about the reason you fell unconscious earlier. But now that you're awake, let me explain it for you as well. It is common practice for Sumeru scholars of certain darshans to dedicate themselves to training and meditation in isolated areas, particularly the nearby forests. While meditating, they use a certain incense known as spirit borneal. In hopes of asking directions, you two followed a scholar named Hypatia into her cave. The incense you smelled inside was the spirit borneal I just mentioned.
Má chỉ cầm hương, hàng chi nó xỉu.
That incense typically has no effect on most people, but for a very select few, it can have profound effects on one's cognition, as you experienced firsthand. Does that make sense? Very good. Now, answer me this. Did you feel anything after passing out? Say, any out-of-body experiences? Or did you see anything while unconscious? Kale, let the others know to stop bringing their patrol logs here for now.
Huh? Why?
Because these two will be staying here for the next few days. They can have my room and I'll bunk with Amir. Now get a move on and be sure to do as I've said.
Yes, Master Tainari.
Giọng nghe của ta đấy nhỉ?
Wait, hold on a second. Can you tell us what's going on?
Sure, let me fill you in. I originally planned to send you on your way once you finished your medicine. However, it appears now that you should stay a while longer in Gandharvaville for further observation while you recuperate.
Further observation?
No need to be hasty. As long as you have the capacity to judge between right and wrong, I promise that you'll understand the gravity of the situation once I explain everything to you. Based on what you saw after smelling the incense and losing consciousness, we can conclude that you experienced a powerful hallucination, which suggests your mental state is not in the best of shape. If you're skeptical, have a whiff of this.
Oh, are you okay?
You're experiencing a similar sensation as when you passed out, aren't you? So even though your condition is stable as of now, if I were to haphazardly let you leave, it's highly likely that you'd suddenly pass out again somewhere else. The rainforest is home to many fierce animals and hazardous areas. If something were to happen to you again, I'm afraid you might not be so lucky.
Giống con
For
heo rừng, con hổ
now,
này
I
gặp
suggest
đó
you
nè.
continue taking your medicine each day and avoid wandering off on your own. At least until you stop having adverse reactions to this kind of smell, okay? Good. Now continue resting while I fire up another bowl of medicine for you.
Seriously? We just arrived in Sumeru and we're already having problems left and right.
Bình thường thôi em. Gặp chuyện này bình thường mà. Giống ở Montas thì mình bị đội kỳ sĩ Tây Phong làm tội phạm xuyên quốc gia mà. Ô, mình làm tội phạm xuyên quốc gia cái gì đâu. Bị đội kỳ sĩ Tây Phong bắt giữ, truy đuổi, giờ bị lính của Lygia chạy tóm, rồi bị truy nã ở Inazuma. Nói chung là bị truy nã toàn quốc gia.
Paimon knows we're set on meeting Lesser Lord Kusanali as soon as possible, but you really don't look too good. It'd probably be best to let you recover first. Hey! Are you even listening to Paimon? Paimon's over here worrying about you, you know.
Không thiệt luôn, đâm thuê kém mướn á, là có tôi làm con quỷ này trốn đúng tiêu à.
What's weird? You mean how you're feeling now? You mean the vision of tree roots and red skies you saw? But if those weren't hallucinations, what could they be? Well, considering how unique you are, Paimon trusts your judgment here. But why didn't you say anything about it to Tainari? If he misjudged your condition, then there's a chance you could get worse, right? Huh? You mean that Tainari already knows that what you saw weren't hallucinations? But if that's the case, why would he try to hide that from us?
Ngu gì nói cho mày.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. That explains why you were so quiet earlier. Well, that settles it then. We'll stay here to rest up and figure out what's going on with your hallucinations. But it seems like asking Tainari might not be an option anymore. What do you think we should do? Good idea. Kale's pretty friendly. We can ask her tomorrow about what she...
Thảo thần. Loli.
Rise and shine! Come on, it's time to go find Kale!
Nhưng chứ đi xa cái mình kéo lại được. Rồi mình kéo lại được rồi. Kéo dạng rồi. Hiểu rồi.
All right, next let's see right hand. Yes, not bad. But please remember that you still need to be careful. Understand?
Yes, I will. By the way, Master, I still haven't received the patrol route for today.
Look, Kale, today's patrol will be a long one, so you won't be coming along this time. Besides, there's a chance we may encounter, Well, you understand.
Thì để Thảo Quốc là có kiểm lâm.
But I have a vision too.
Don't talk like that, Kale. This is not something you need to be worrying about right now. Ah, there you are. Feeling any better?
Yeah, since we'll be staying here for now, we thought we might as well try lending a hand around here.
Seems you're not the type to sit back and take it easy for a while, huh? In that case, perhaps Kale could take you two for a patrol south of Gandharvaville for the day. And if you're feeling up to it, you can be responsible for cleaning the Statue of the Seven.
Tighnari, we're ready to head out.
Roger, I'll be right there. All right, we'll be heading into the forest now. I'll leave any further details to Kale.
Yes, you can count on me.
Yên tâm đi. Về học trò cứu chữa nó không hay đâu.
So, Kale, what exactly are we going to be doing today? Tighnari mentioned cleaning the statue just now, but, that doesn't really sound like the job for a ranger.
Well, a forest ranger's responsibilities can be pretty diverse. They handle a variety of tasks, like checking the condition of outlying roads, maintaining forest facilities, ensuring fire prevention standards are met. And as for Master, well, he has to handle more dangerous areas of the rainforest. Today we can perform routine checks on the pathway lamps as we make our way to the Statue of the Seven. Paimon, Traveler, this way! You can leave the task of checking the lamps to me. In the meantime, you two can keep an eye out for anything unusual.
Ba. Đi.
Nothing wrong with these two lamps. Let's move to the next ones.
Ở cái da đèn đấy hả?
Oh, this lamp seems to be getting a little wobbly. Let me make a note of it.
Vãi à?
No problems with this lamp. Good.
Cần mấy cái da đèn phải lộn.
The Statue of the Seven is up on top of that large rock formation. You must have seen it when you came down this road before. It's pretty high up there, isn't it? Don't worry. If you're afraid you can't make it up there, I'm sure Master wouldn't mind if you don't clean the statue. Oh? I guess I'll leave it up to you then. There's not much footing once you reach the statue, so be careful up there.
Paimon will fly up with you and help you with those hard-to-reach areas. By the way, Kale, do you know anything about the Dendro Archon? You know,
Thảo Thần
what's
cần
she
như thế nào ta? Luli hay là BB ta?
That depends. Are you referring to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Về vương Rukkhadevata, vua cây từ bi, tiểu vương Kudamali, vua cỏ may mắn. Phèo à? Hai vua.
Huh? Greater Lord Rukkhadevata?
Rukkhadevata.
Oh, is that the name of the former Dendro Archon?
Uh-huh. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was Sumeru's first Dendro Archon. She created the rainforest as well as the wall of Samiel around the desert. Her works provided a means of peaceful living for everyone. To the people of Sumeru, she's not only a symbol of wisdom, but also of power and kindness. Unfortunately, she disappeared in a great calamity that occurred a few hundred years ago. According to what Master has told me, the sages later found the newly born Dendro Archon and whisked her back to Sumeru. To celebrate the reinstatement of their lost deity, the sages dubbed her Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Uh-huh. Then what happened?
Well, and then... I'm not too sure what happened, to be honest.
Huh? You're not too sure? But aren't you from Sumeru?
Yeah, I'm from Sumeru. But
Nhưng mà sao má?
Maybe it's difficult to discuss this topic with strangers. If that's the case, then don't worry, we understand.
no, it's not that. I'm not trying to hide something from you. Besides, I don't consider you two strangers. Anyway, you two know Amber, right?
Wait, Amber? You mean...
Không lẽ?
Yes, that's her. I once lived in Mondstadt for a while, and she helped me a lot during that time. You could even say that she helped me become a new person. There's no one like Amber. She lives life to the fullest while always adhering to her strong sense of justice. She's ready to answer the call for action at any moment, but is also very understanding of others. She's like the spark that, if you ask me, she's a prime example of a true outrider. She's the first person anyone coming to Mondstadt will meet. You can't help but be enthralled by her charm and enthusiasm, causing you to fall in love with the lands of Mondstadt and... sorry.
Paimon thought the work of Outriders was a little different from what you just described, but one thing's for sure, you really like Amber.
Sorry. I was rambling on just now. It must have sounded kind of weird.
It's alright, Kale. Knowing that you're a friend of Amber somehow makes so... How do you know that we've met Amber?
Well, after I returned to Sumeru, Amber and I have stayed in touch by writing each other letters. In one letter, she mentioned that Mondstadt was attacked by a fearsome dragon, but the city was saved by a mysterious blonde traveler and their floating companion. I knew you two were the ones she mentioned in the letter the moment I saw you. But, considering everything you've been through that day, I thought it'd be inappropriate to bring it up.
Ah, so that's how you knew.
Yep, so please know that you two have my complete trust. Really.
Nó quýnh con rồng em, tao quýnh với lại lâu nhan thần với lại ăn quỷ á. Chị nhan long với thằng quỷ lôi thần mà. Thằng trẻ người giúp chuối ba.
I wish I could tell you more about the Dendroarchon, but I have been away from Sumeru for some time, and I haven't read any books. Sorry.
Nhưng mà quên đi đúng không?
That's alright. You've already helped us a lot. We had never even heard of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or the Sanctuary of Surasthana until you mentioned them.
Oh, I'm happy that was helpful. There is one thing I want to ask, though. Why do you two want to know about the Dendroarchon? So that's why you're here. Thank you for telling me your story.
Don't mention it. We are friends after all, right? Alright, we have a statue
Gai
to
mới nè.
clean.
Gai mới.
You both have my thanks. While you two are up there cleaning, I'll go ahead and inspect the forest canopy. Let's meet back.
Nó phải bật lên nè. Come on.
Huh. Now that Paimon looks at it, the deity that's carved on the statue is kinda small.
Thì tao nói Thảo thần Luli mà.
Do you think she's supposed to be Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali? The name does seem to fit the statue. Well, anyway, we'll have to figure that out later. Let's get started on cleaning the statue. Paimon will fly up and take... Nice work! That's one clean statue. Let's head down and meet up with Kale.
Ngồi nhà trước đó.
Kale, we're back!
must be tired after all that climbing. Let's take a little break. I brought some fruit and water for us.
Đấy, tôi dễ hát hơi lắm bởi vì bệnh á. Nè em muốn ra khám bệnh nữa nha.
Yay, food! What kind of goodies did you bring? Hey, don't be a party pooper. It's not like Kale is a stranger or anything. Besides, the best way to compliment a chef is to show passion for their food. Xiangling taught Paimon that.
I prepared a nice portable dish that forest rangers like to eat called pita pockets. I hope you'll like them. What the? No, you don't have to worry. I wrapped a few layers of oiled paper around each pita. They should be fine.
Oh, whew. Those pitas are amazing! You're quite the cook, Kale. Thank goodness you wrapped them in paper. Paimon wouldn't have been able to sleep at night knowing something so tasty had been wasted.
You really know how to compliment the chef, Paimon. Since you liked it so much, I'll be sure to give you a copy of the recipe sometime. I'll even include all my personal cooking pointers.
Yay! Thanks, Kale! It's hard to believe someone as diligent as you could have...
Oh! I guess it happens from time to time.
So, Kale, don't you think that Tainari's a little too strict with you? He won't let you touch anything when Paimon knocks stuff over all the time flying around the Traveler, but he's never said anything. Everyone has their
No, you've got the wrong idea about Master. Sure, he may seem but I've heard the veteran rangers say that Master is from some ancient and mysterious race that is known for their cunning wit and reclusive nature. Oh, by the way, you've heard of the Academia, right? Well, there's a group called, well, anyway, because Master does a lot of research on plants, sages from the Academia have written him many times, inviting him to take up an official position there. But Master declines their offers every time, saying, Sumeru City is too noisy. It'd be bad for my ears. Seems you already know him well. Anyway, I'm sure the sages were not happy about his responses. Master could obviously have a bright future in the Academia, but he insists on sticking to the... In fact, Master's the one who taught...
Really? Paimon would have never guessed that. Oh, speaking of Tainari, he was the one who took care of you after finding you passed out yesterday. He even carried you all the way here. Paimon's still kinda upset, though. He kept scolding Paimon the entire way here.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little, but it's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling, "Why, oh why, is he going to die?" It probably started to get under Master's skin after a while.
Hey! Don't laugh! Paimon was genuinely concerned about you. Hey! Now even Kale's starting to laugh. Ugh, that's it! Paimon won't forget this. It's time for some Paimonial wrath!
No! Don't touch me!
Oh, sorry, Kale. Paimon didn't mean to scare you.
No, I just... I didn't...
Kale, are you okay? What's the matter?
No, I'm fine. I'm sorry. I must have startled you both reacting like that. Oh, well, it's getting late now. Let's hurry back to Gandharvaville. I think Master and the others should be...
Huh? What was up with Kale just now? And why is she in such a hurry all of a...
traveler. You've returned.
Yep, we're back. Have you seen Kale by any chance?
Oh, Kale? Yes, I saw her go into her room just a moment ago.
Oh, okay. Guess we'll just have to wait and talk to her tomorrow then.
Dead on my feet. I
Anh
think
sáng ra.
I'll stay here a while.
À lúc đợi chắc tôi là gà mất mới tôi thảo nè. Nè. Tôi sinh trưởng á. Thảo. Có thể nha, thì hôm nay ta thử hết luôn nha. Bây thì tiếp theo đợi tới 8 giờ sáng rồi. Nó đi thử thôi. Cái xin nhỏ nó
Dodge this.
No escape. Shadow Raven, let night fall.
No rest for the wicked. Don't get frostbite.
No one escapes my sight. Oz, reveal thyself.
rồi. Vì nó đối tôi với Jin thì không có ấn tượng như lắm. Anh John Linh đeo này để khá là quý ha. Cung thủ loli dạng lùn thẻ băng.
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer.
Cái loài có thích chắc cũng thích
You're in for a little shock.
xe của tôi.
Freeze.
I'm a rock.
Come a little closer. Come a little closer. Come a little closer.
Cool it. Dodge this.
Đó.
Oh, so sorry.
Can't handle your drink. Huh, pew pew.
Cool it.
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer.
Nè, chết mẹ đi, chết mẹ tao nè.
Dodge this.
Nè.
This moment will be frozen in time.
Ok, câu tiếp theo chúng ta là con rồi, đúng không? Country đúng không? Bu quăng bay răng, Bơm thổi.
Come a little closer. Try not to enjoy this.
At the frying pan. Right this off the side. Go!
Sử dụng chai cái cà pháo Việt Nam.
Eat this!
You're in for a little shock.
Đúng được nha. Hồi đó có mấy người kêu là Thảo Quốc á, cập nhật yếu, nhưng đã mới yếu. Nó không hề yếu luôn. Rồi, anh John link của chúng ta đây. Mọi người khỏi nói tôi có rồi. Để tôi có John link rồi.
Stabilize.
Come a little closer.
Freeze. Gather. This is order. Quake.
You're in for a little shock.
Cool it. Don't get frostbite.
Nó lên từ khúc lúc giờ mới cập nhật xong rồi lên liền luôn.
Order guide you.
Come a little closer.
Freeze.
Come a little closer.
Cool it. Crumble.
Hiểu chưa?
This moment will be frozen in time. Freeze.
Xuống luôn. Đi nhảy xuống chi không? Thử. Tôi muốn thử xem nếu mà tôi nhảy xuống tôi có phải là chơi từ đầu hay là tôi ra thấy điện thoại kế bên nó gọi điện
You're in for a little shock.
không ý cho lắm.
Solidify. This is order.
Mẹ mày.
Oh, so sorry.
Nó mày.
Gather.
Nếu mà nào muốn đánh gì vào con zombie thì đây nè, em tự coi đi. Đây là bộ thánh diệu của John Lin. Thì này muốn build nó mạnh á thì build này nhá. Thì một chút
Stabilize.
Come a little closer.
This moment will be frozen in time. I will have order.
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
Dodge this.
đó. Và đây là tới phần em mong chờ nhất, thử con tướng 5 sao của Thảo Quốc. Thử nha. Đây. Thảo. Ok. Chơi cung.
Can't see.
Steady as stone.
One with the forest.
Nè. Cái này à? Không biết rồi.
Can't see. Ha!
Được ha. Ôi,
Let's nip that in the bud.
đầu. Bắn ra. Được rồi. Đây là số thảo của tôi chuyện hơn đúng không?
Can't see. I hear everything.
Come a little closer.
Mẹ dạy
Drown.
ngoan. Cũng coi như là được ha. Không yếu cũng không mạnh. Ổn đi. Không nghe thấy ổn. Em có thể nhận được không? Rồi tôi kêu tôi 8 giờ sáng thì quay đồng hồ thời gian nha. 8 giờ sáng. Đây.
Paimon was thinking all night about what happened with Kale, and still can't figure out what the problem might be. Maybe she's in a better mood now.
Ah, it's you two. I was just about to go look for you.
Huh? Tainari? What are you doing here? Where's Kale?
I came to check on Kale's condition. To put it simply, she's not well.
You mean she's sick? How could she be... Oh, wait a minute. Could it be because of what Paimon did yesterday?
No need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This sickness is something that Kale has been dealing with for some time. Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. She hasn't remembered to take care of herself. I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time now. It must have been refreshing for her to have you two here.
So, Tainari, what's really wrong with Kale?
Let's take this conversation elsewhere. Kale just fell asleep after taking her medicine. She needs some peace and quiet.
Chúc lắc nè. Rồi.
All right, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized that you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. I've also heard all about your deeds in Liyue and Inazuma. So, just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, I am going to tell you because... well, because Kale asked me to. And honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past to you. But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend.
So, Tainari, what exactly is wrong with Kale? You said this is something she's been dealing with.
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease called Elazar.
Cho gì đây? Vảy ma hả?
Elazar?
Phải lộn.
Yes, it's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body. At first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on the affected area of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigued and even experience peripheral paresthesia. In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body, and they effectively become completely immobile.
That sounds terrifying. Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a little clumsy earlier, it was because...
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or holding anything, lest she ends up hurting herself. With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage. However, there is unfortunately still no true cure for Elazar. Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Kale over to an organization known as the Fatui after one of their members lied and said they had a cure.
What? The Fatui?
Ah, it appears you are already familiar with them. That'll save me some explanation. Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the Doctor. I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that Kale would. However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant. Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars. Even now, she can still feel death.
Paimon had no idea Kale's been through so much suffering.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday.
She doesn't need to apologize. None of this is her fault at all.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person the next time you see her. Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience.
Don't worry, Tainari. We'll take good care of her.
Vậy là con này bị bệnh.
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led to her breakdown this time. As long as she has taken her medicine and gets plenty of rest, she should get better. Though, I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable when she first arrived here in Gandharvaville. She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. I could see that she was serious about learning, so I felt her stamina has gotten much worse recently. Though a moderate amount of physical exercise is always necessary, I'm afraid the long distance... All right, now that I've told you about Kale's past, I think I'll head into the rainforest to find some ingredients needed for her medicine. I'll see you two later.
Yeah, we'd like to do something to help Kale too.
Bệnh thật.
All right, but I must warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous place, especially for
No problemo.
Vậy là thiệt chứ.
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as lunar lotus.
Hey, Tainari? Where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Tới đó thì tôi xong tôi vào đây mở khóa này luôn nha.
Lunar lotus can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
Tôi vào tôi mở đi dịch nghĩa luôn.
You
Hai
are
cái
correct.
gần đó.
Lunar lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their species. Take the Kalpalata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, completely contrary to its name.
Oh, huh. Okay then.
Yes,
Come on. Maybe bring up the topic of flowers with Tainari.
Time to clean up.
như thấy quả gì đúng không? Rồi chỉ theo đây anh em ơi. Mở nè. Ok, về cái này nữa nha. Nên rồi mình đi tôi mở luôn á. Đẹp mà tốn mưa tụi phải tôi à. Man.
There should be lunar lotuses growing somewhere in this area. Let's split up and begin searching. If you could manage to gather 4 of them, that would be sufficient. We'll rendezvous here once you've gathered the needed amount.
Đài sen à.
Alright, we've gathered enough lunar lotuses. Let's head back to meet Tainari. Hey Tainari, we found the lotuses you requested.
Let me take a look. Good, very good. I'm quite glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here. It seems we even have enough time to stock up on some—
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, Tainari, someone's calling your name. They're dressed like a forest.
Ah yes, that's Amir and the others. But didn't they just set off now? Let's go find out what's going on.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
The withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already clear just a week ago. It reappeared so quickly. Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part of...
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get it clear enough for you to tell.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading. So we didn't risk getting any closer.
Okay, I understand. You made the right...
Wait, Kainari, why don't you let us help you?
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar with many things in these lands. There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru rainforest. It's called the withering. The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even people. If you don't carry a vision, then you should think twice before...
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. I wasn't kidding when I said the rainforest is As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be able to resist the withering's...
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, we first make a record of the location and then have a ranger with the proper... Only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to deal with it. But you don't seem to carry a vision.
Don't worry, he may not have a vision, but he's a real pro at using the power of the elements.
It seems the rumors about you are true. In that case, all right, you two may accompany me.
Trời đất ơi, tôi mà có vision thì tôi nói dùng được mấy nguyên tố. Mình như 3 cái đi. Rồi gắn anh em xin lỗi tôi xíu, tôi đi lấy nước tôi vô rồi livestream tiếp cho anh em xem. Để tôi xíu nha.
We typically only teach visitors how to identify the withering as they're about to leave Gandharvaville. We'll make an exception today and show you what it looks like up close.
Quá giờ thời gian không bỏ chết đó. Nay chúng ta không chịu chuyện này của nó á. Rớt gặp Billy Chun là sao ta? Chán quá.
I'll catch up. I'll catch up.
Mẹ đâu.
Stop. Don't move any further. Look there in the distance.
Huh? Where? Oh, look! Those plants have withered! That whole air... Oh, Paimon doesn't...
That is the withering. All right, traveler. We're going to have to enter that withering zone. Well, thank you, but I must warn you. Even with elemental powers, once you step inside the withering zone, you may experience extreme discomfort. You ready then? Let's go. First, we must locate any branches sustaining the withering zone.
Illusion shattered! Judgment!
You can't run!
Leave it all to me. Steady as stone. Get lights out.
Ha! Now you shall perish! You can't run!
Sao ba?
Leave it to me!
Với gió đồn mà. Vậy hả? Quá.
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
Judgment! Let it rain! Get
Cái đầu mà.
Now, destroy the tumors of the withering.
đừng đã xin lại.
Did it! Everything's returning to normal now.
Yes, thanks to you two. We were able...
Tainari? You made...
It's that obvious, huh? Recently, the rate at which the withering zone appears has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that withering zone, it won't be long before another one appears. If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe than that. The withering is leaving last... For instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, many of the plants that were affected will not recover. This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already... And most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started to increase, Kale's case of Elazar has also become more serious.
Huh? Well, why's that?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the... No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. It's said that it originates from the depths of the world. by the way, have you heard Irminsul is a tree located deep in... I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irmin...
Và nếu anh em thấy có gì ổn thì bởi vì hôm nay tôi bệnh á, nên cơ thể tôi không được khỏe cái lắm. Có gì anh em thông cảm tôi nha.
Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world. The Dendro Archon is known as the God of Wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also said that the Dendro Archon's power is... And as for the Withering, its emergence is... That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's familiars a long time ago. But even those mysterious creatures... I'm afraid we Rangers will be battling the Withering Zones here for a long... Alright, that's enough on this topic for the time being. Now that we've taken care of things here, it's time for us to head back to Gandharvaville.
Tôi bệnh liên tiếp mấy ngày nay đây, bây giờ cơ thể tôi không khỏe tí nào.
Oh, Tainari, you all made it back. How did it go?
The Withering Zone you reported has been... Wait, is that... Oh no, Hypatia!
Huh? What's wrong, Tainari?
This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the...
Oh, her?
Let me see what's written in the letter first.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Just like, huh?
Yes, allow me to explain. After she must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat, and it appears she's forgotten to prepare some rations. This letter is her asking...
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days? Hey, wait, how did you know all that from just...
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines, and by the time we found her... Well, needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should still get to her as quickly as possible. I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like these.
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations?
Let's find out. Here, so, how do you feel?
Huh? Really? But wait, how'd...
Back when we were clearing the Withering Zone, I observed that he could adeptly manipulate the Dendro element. I knew... And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsul's ley lines, was what I described similar at all to what you saw while you were unconscious? That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all. Because what you saw is of significant importance. Not my forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath to protect this Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my confidence, and I know when you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Irminsul. What you witnessed were actually real memories contained within Irminsul itself. I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead. Her focus on meditation and use of Spirit Borneol are aimed at establishing a connection with Irminsul. Just...
that sounds nice and all, but will she really help us? Seriously?
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training. During that time, she must avoid communicating with others. Please, wait here for a moment. Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some other ingredients. I'm sure it'll come in handy. Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just know, I should be the one thanking you. You've both been a great help these last few days.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing. Hello? Hypatia? Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area.
Con vậy nè.
There you are. Hypatia, are you all right?
So hungry.
There's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition. Huh? Wait, why does it look... Huh? How'd things out here end up looking like this? What happened? And where are we? Really? Oh. Wow, this place is huge! Paimon knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind.
I'll race you there. I'll race you there.
Mà Thảo Quốc đẹp thiệt á. Gì đây?
Bet you can't keep.
Huh? What happened just now? Why'd everything around us suddenly change?
Ôi, nơi zoom out ta.
Mondstadt. I'll race you there.
Steady. There is no
No escape.
torn to oblivion. Illusion shattered.
Judgment. Shiver. Let it rain.
What in Tibet is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute. Hey, what's the matter? You don't look so good.
Má hàm vùng vai đúng không ta? Nữa hả? Ngày thứ tư đó má.
Looks like we meet again, traveler.
The Abyss Herald! What are you planning to do in this strange place?
Strange place. Plotting. You needn't worry about... the Abyss.
Yeah, you can't run. No one escapes my sight. As a good knight should. Judgment! Shine down! What a nuisance! Punishment! Get him! Now you shall perish! Illusion shattered! You can't run! Leave it all to me. Let it rain! Yeah! Shine down! Judgment! Shiver!
Mẹ mày.
Huh? Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it! We faced others like him before! What's wrong this time?
Traveler, though you may have managed to avert countless crises before, your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are. Your sister. Her Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence in her eyes is that of an annoying bot. The bonds of love and family which drive you to find your sibling are utterly gone. But don't you fret now. Today will be your last.
Lâu dữ ta.
What do we do? Oh, there she is! Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Are you okay? Anyways, we can talk about... Whoa! Wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around her. We can put...
Who is there? Tainari, is that you? Huh?
It's okay. You can relax, Hypatia. Tainari sent us here to bring you some food and water.
I see. So, you're friends of Tainari. I apologize for all. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me. You even brought all this fruit.
Well, actually, we didn't bring the fruit. It was already here when we arrived. We were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this fruit lying around and even some juice dripping from your...
Oh, really? I seem to understand now. All the fruit was likely from my, neighbor.
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Oh? So you're able to see them too?
Wait, hold on a second, Traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw some mysterious creature and suddenly had a strange dream? Isn't that a little too crazy to believe?
No, I actually do believe what the Traveler is saying. I myself had a similar experience once before and ended up scaring my timid little neighbor here. You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream because they hoped to buy themselves a little time in order to scurry away.
So, Hypatia, just what kind of creature is your neighbor?
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I do know that they have some sort of deeper connection with the Dendro Archon. I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Irma. Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart was still pounding, and my mind was racing with all the knowledge that I had touched. And at that very moment, I suddenly noticed a small... In my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. They must have already been used to me living in the... It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Oh! And then?
And then I had a dream. But I was convinced they'd never show up again. I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time. Yes, no doubt about that. By the way, Tighnari mentioned in his letter that you had questions for me regarding Irminsul. Sorry about that. Sounds like...
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food or... Alright, we're up, Traveler. Today's menu will feature Sweet Madame and a...
sounds good. I've never tried any dishes from...
Let's use the empty... Oh, it smells,
Are you already finished cooking? Smells Even though everything you mentioned was in Tighnari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able to connect. It took me nearly 3 years before I could do so. And everyone at the academia even lauded me as a genius. You should know that some researchers spend their entire lives without ever successfully connecting with Irminsul as you have.
So why does this incense allow people to connect to Irminsul?
The ingredients used to make spirit borneo primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. These special ingredients are conducive to heightening our senses to the Dendro Archon's power. Since the root of the Dendro Archon's power lies within Irminsul, we can occasionally tap into her powers to peer into the depths of the earth. Naturally, anyone who can establish a connection with Irminsul...
Makes sense. But Paimon's got a question. Why was he sensitive to the smell of those plants for such...
That was primarily due to his body's unique constitution. Stimulated by the incense, he could perceive the Dendro Archon's power and experience the sensory overload. Hence the adverse reaction. Taking in any scent similar to the ingredients of spirit borneo would cause adverse effect. Not to worry though. It appears you've already... Technically, your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon. But unless you're using intentional meditation techniques, the scent of spirit borneo should no longer trigger such reactions.
Well, that's a relief.
I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering from pounding headaches for the rest of my life, I'd consider it worthwhile so long as I could
Whoa, you're really serious about...
I am a researcher after all. As a member of the Rataoist Darshan at the Academia, My main area of research is the stars and their connection to the fate of living beings. But there is still so much we don't know, which is why I must turn to the all-knowing Irminsul for answers. If only my perception wasn't so limited. Unfortunately, I cannot guarantee that I am currently in the stage of training known as Satyavada life. Many researchers in Sumeru have lost their minds. Sages have said that Irminsul contains divine knowledge, and touching such knowledge without the proper preparations and abilities will only lead to one's mind caving in on itself. That's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure that our minds will be calm while minimizing the possibility of involving anyone else.
Whoa, so knowledge from Irminsul can be super dangerous.
Of course I do. Especially during nights that are However, I've been feeling better as of late. I believe that being able to see them is a sort of blessing from the... But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the God of Wisdom herself. And they have the curious power to make people dream.
What's so strange about that? It doesn't sound so out of...
Well, it's strange because nearly nobody in Sumeru can ever dream.
Oh, is that true?
Yes, well, to an extent. Only children can dream in Sumeru. Adults, however, never do. The sages say that wisdom implies rationality, but that which occurs in dreams is often neither rational nor logical. Yes, if one struggles with anxieties, the fact that the people of Sumeru do not have dreams is seen as a blessing by the sages. They believe that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, the god of wisdom, is keeping us away from the foolish delusions you encounter in your sleep. I was born into a family of scholars in Sumeru City. Ever since I was a child, my parents would always tell me that I'll know I've grown up once I stop dreaming. I studied hard, enrolled as a student in the academia. But then, on the day I scared the little R&R, it was incredible. Though I don't exactly remember what I saw. Back then, I was foolish and ignorant as any youth would be. Just be sure not to speak of this if you traveled.
So, do you have any thoughts about the things he'd...
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any answers as of now. All I can say is that what you saw is a memory contained within Irminsul itself. World forget me. What could that possibly mean? If only I could ascend past Satyavada life and begin Paripurna life. If you two are ever in the area again, please be sure to come and see me. There's no need to be thanking me. You...
Now that we know Hypatia is alright and had the chance to ask her some questions, Paimon thinks it's about time to head...
Ok nên thì với livestream hôm nay của tôi sẽ kết thúc ở đây thôi nha. Thì tối nay tôi sẽ livestream tiếp cho anh em xem, bởi vì hôm nay tôi đi khám. Tôi giờ chắc cũng đi khám bệnh chút xíu thì hẹn anh em vào tối nay tôi sẽ livestream tiếp phần còn lại của nhé. Thì chào và hẹn gặp lại mọi người trong buổi livestream tối nay của tôi. Thì bye bye và hẹn gặp lại mọi người. Chào nhé. Chúc mọi người một buổi tối, chúc mọi người một ngày tốt lành. Ok, bye bye anh em nhé.